So today you find me in Derbyshire. I'm right by Hardwick Hall over there. That is literally a stone throw, and we've got Stainsby Mill by the National Trust just to the left of me. Behind me is Mill Lane, and that road over there has been out of use since 1967. Yes, we've come to follow an abandoned road only for a little while because it was cut where the M1 was built and opened in 1967, completely severed, so out of use, so all the traffic had to pass under the M1 under a new bridge that was constructed just over there. So for now, I'm going to pick up the route and head up towards Heath Interchange, follow the old abandoned road as far as I can, then follow a bit of the River Doe Lea to get to the section of Nottingham Road that used to be the main road over towards Chesterfield, also severed by the M1 in 1967, and a bypass was built, which is the A617. Join me, let's follow the road, let's look at the ruins and see what we can find together.
So let's take a look at aerial maps to show you where I am. So that is Heath Interchange at the very top centre. We've got the road back to Mansfield, the A617 going off to the right, and also to Chesterfield on the top left. And we've got the A6175 going off lower left towards Homewood. And of course that's the M1 motorway going from top to bottom straight through the screen. Now let's zoom into where I am right now. So we've got Stainsby Mill just down here, and that's the Hardwick estate on the right hand side. I'm stood right here, and the disused Mill Lane is this road going up diagonal left towards the top where the M1 is. It now goes below the M1 just here and continues to run parallel up towards Heath. If we change over to the old maps, the M1 is completely gone, but you can see the original Mill Lane running all the way from down here right up to Heath.
Right beside the War Memorial, I can show you exactly what I'm on about. So, Hardwick Hall down there, and around this bend the road goes, all through traffic. The M1 just down there, the road passes below. Now then, the abandoned one, that goes up there, and it is now deemed a public footpath, and it's also access anyway for the locals to do whatever they do down there. Some beautiful countryside. It did snow a few days ago. There's quite a bit of snow on the land, so I was a little bit concerned on my way here. I was passing through Plesley, no snow, then all of a sudden got to Plesley and it looked like it was 2-3 inches deep still, and I was like, oh no, not going to see anything. Got to the other side of Doe Lea and it's clearer again. Now I'm not sure if that's evidence of a white line poking through, or is it bird muck? I think I'm going to go with bird muck for that. I can't see why there'd be white lines on a road this narrow. So I've come about 3 or 4 minutes down, and we've got this, look, nice little bridge, stonework, stone wall going across. Look, this is very old, isn't it? And over there we've got the River Doe Lea, which does go through Doe Lea. I'll pop down there if I can, probably unlikely though. You can see on the other side, look, nice bit of stone wall again, and the bubbling waters. Oh, and some fly tipping, how lovely. Just meandering the way through. The embankment, the M1 is just out of sight over there. Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? Got the ivy creeping up that stone wall that dates back to this road being used by regular traffic. Just beyond that bridge with the water below it, we do appear to be coming to the end of the road. This is the severed section just here, and it doesn't really go much further than those trees. I'm going to follow that footpath in a moment, but The M1 is literally just behind those trees there, and there's an embankment, and the road pretty much goes no further. It really is it, look. Some random chunks denoting the end, and if you look up there or listen, you may just see flashes of the M1 motorway traffic. Okay, we've reached the end of Mill Lane, right beside the M1. What have I got to do next? There's a footpath dead ahead of me. It's going to take me down towards the River Doe Lea. We'll walk along that a little bit, and then it's time for the Heath Interchange. We've got to pass on to some subways to get through that, and at one point we'll be dead in the centre. So the River Doe Lea, water's quite high because of all the rain recently and defrosting snow as well. Look at this old concrete bridge, how peculiar and ornate as well, with the top sections like the edge of a castle, isn't it? I like these bits, look, I've even got for the floodwaters to come through, and you can see how high it's been where things have been lodged, and a clear one there and clear on the opposite side as well. So we're going to follow this now, only for a few minutes. Look at this style, big concrete roofing thing, and we're going to end up at Nottingham Road, which was also taken out of use, not permanently, you could still use it as an access road, but out of use as a through route, again because of the 1967 M1 motorway opening. Now this behind me is what I love finding, things that are unexpected, and also nice bit of Victorian craftsmanship, isn't it? That up there is the original Nottingham Road. Came down from Plesley through Doe Lea and off in the direction towards Chesterfield. I mentioned it before, taken out of use because of the M1 being completed by 1967 in this area and the Heath Interchange opening. We can get up there and we'll have a little look at the bridge from above, but now I'm going to just pop up to the top and I'll show you how the roads work out up there.
And here you can see the A617 deviating away from its old trajectory. The old Nottingham Road going down here in this direction, and the M1 severing it right here. The A617 now taking up the route since the 60s up to the Heath Interchange and continuing on towards Chesterfield. Again, back to the old maps from the early 1900s, you can see the original route of the road passing along where the M1 was present on the previous map.
So up here at the top of Mansfield Road, this would have been the original alignment of the road. Going back down the hill, the M1 is right down beyond that hill there. You can see a bit of snow on it just there. But back around here, the A617 was turned into a bypass that went down towards that Heath Interchange. I'll see you back down that way. So I am stood directly above the River Doe Lea yet again. I've just shown you a quick nugget up there of how the road is now compared to how it was back before this road was taken out of regular use. Over there, that's going in the direction of the M1 motorway and Heath Interchange. I'm quite confident if I was to follow that down, it wouldn't take us anywhere to where we need to be. It took us to the M1, but I believe it is cut off and it just goes down to private land. The other side of Nottingham Road, beyond that really nice blue car, I like that colour, is a footpath that will indeed take us to the underpasses and directly to Heath Interchange. Again, lots of snow on the ground, like you can see. There's a couple of inches, 3-4 centimetres there on the ground. And the River Doe Lea is set to disappear. 2 concrete culverts, one's sluiced up a bit higher, look, so One of them temporarily out of use, although the water is quite high. Ironically, a bit of information on this river that further down, it was one of the most polluted rivers, I believe, in Europe. That's quite a title, isn't it? And basically that was because down there we've got Bolsover coal light. That ceased production around about 30 years ago. But I think a lot of those chemicals were dumped or seeped into the river. It's cleaned up a lot since then, and I believe the cleanup operation on that site is still ongoing. So now I have got the A617 up there. That is running parallel with me, and it is taking us directly to Heath Interchange and the M1 Motorway. The old Nottingham Road is just over there. You see that line of trees just in the distance beyond that field. Let's push on up there and we'll go and find it. Been looking at the condition of this, it looks like I'm still walking on the same surface that would have been put down in the mid-1960s.
Okay, Heath Interchange, smack bang in the middle, and if we look up here we can see Church Lane, just below where it says All Saints Church Heath, and the A617 to Chesterfield curving away. So it did originally used to carry on all the way across past the old All Saints Heath Church, which I'm going to look at in another video, and carry on towards Polterton. If I change to the old map, you can see the course of the old road. It also says Church Remains of just here, and that is the same location that we've just been looking at.
So this is our first underpass or subway. The A617 is immediately above that side there, and it joins on to the loop of the interchange, the Heath Interchange. The M1 motorway just beyond that bricked abutment. It's typical 60s brick and concrete, isn't it? Nice little tunnel to walk through though. I'm surprised it's circular, to be honest. I kind of expected it to be a square or rectangular shape. And out the other side. So yeah, it looks like that shotcreted, doesn't it? And there is the A617 over there with the circular loop of the interchange roundabout coming across there. So the pathway here basically splits into two. We've got a one going down there, that'll take you off to the B road up towards River Hill. You've got the M1 North over there. Now in this direction we can follow it round, and we've got the A6175 as the next turn off. That takes you over towards Heath, and also the continuation of the A617 dual carriageway that would take you into Chesterfield, which later on also used part of a former railway track bed. We'll save that for another day. And here I am, right around the other side. We've got the A6175 and the continuation of the 617 up there, and the loop of the road going round. We've crossed over the M1, heading south that way, and northerly in that direction, and the road has completely looped around, and we've got to pass under the underpass again and back out the other side. So there, see the traffic coming around just there. There's a white van, look, that is the A6175. The A617 to Chesterfield is just up there. So I'm now on Church Lane, and this is another abandoned through route in the area. Eventually it would have crossed over towards River Hill on the other side. I think it might be Polterton that's at the top of the hill, but it does look now as if it's simply only used for walkers and cyclists. Still a bit of snow on the ground, but not really much to see below. Trying to find evidence of anything road related, but it does look like the original surface is still down quite a bit of green gunk on there, isn't there? Now we can see where some curbs have been put in to make a turning point, look. And on the opposite side, if you did come down the vehicle, you can safely turn around. But the road, I believe, would have carried on. Immediately behind those trees is the A617. The road off to Chesterfield, and the Heath Interchange is just there out of sight. It does turn into a footpath, and I believe it will eventually take me back over to the Heath Interchange where I previously was. And now I've got myself on the opposite side of the A617 and I'm on the continuation of the road. Look, up a bit of a hump. Looks like there's an old halogen street lamp up there. I wonder if that still works. You don't see those around very often now, do you? With the old yellow glow. And more fly tipping, look. Massive abandoned house just there. I wonder how long that's been like that for. Just on the left hand side there. End of the road again, look. There we go. Would have continued on that way before the motorway, down a dip and up the other side. So basically 3 separate roads: Nottingham Road, Mill Lane and also Church Lane, heading towards Palterton, that were basically severed because of the M1 motorway construction and opening in 1967.
And here is the church, as will come up in the very next video. I'm going to have a look around that now, but this is quite literally the end of the road where it cuts off and is severed down there where the fence is for the M1 motorway to plough through it, where the road used to go off towards Palperton. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment below, and I'll see you in the very next one.